Welcome to Good Games Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I'm Hex.
And I'm Bajo.
And I am D.A.R.R.E.N.
D.A.R.R.E.N, come on, where is it?
It's almost done. I've got to get the formula just right.
What are you guys up to?
Well, as you know, we're going to be reviewing the Connect-enabled London 2012 Olympic Games game today.
Will there be any late drama? Jamaica finish with gold.
And I'm just whipping up Bajo an energy-enhancing cupcake to help him play.
Well, that sounds a bit sus.
Oh, it's ready!
Oh, not at all, Hex. It's packed with over 30 grams of protein and infused with essential B group vitamins and valuable electrolytes.
D.A.R.R.E.N, this is terrible!
Also, Goose is going to be meeting a teacher that uses games to enhance her pupils' experience in the classroom.
Hey, D.A.R.R.E.N, you're looking a little flustered. Are you ready to release a dump on the world?
Oh, affirmative. Oh.
Hang on a sec. Dump, data dump, D.A.R.R.E.N, thing, in my hands, eating it. D.A.R.R.E.N, is this data dump residue?
Negative. Affirmative.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
Go read the news while you're there.
Bajo here at the Spawn Point News Desk. The Australian government has passed a law allowing for an adults-only R18 rating for video games, a category one higher than MA15+. As of January 1st next year, gamers over the age of 18 will get to play mature games not intended for younger gamers. Still got some of my teeth. Blech. The mobile game Draw Something, which has over 10 million players worldwide, is set to become a TV show in America. Teams of celebrities will compete to guess each other's drawings, with home viewers able to play along on their own device in a bid to win prizes. Games developer Jason Kingsley, co-founder of the UK game studio Rebellion, responsible for tons of hits, has been awarded the Order of the British Empire, or OBE, by the Queen for his 30 years of service to the video games industry and British economy. Congratulations to Jason.
I really do need to do that dump, Hex.
All right, go on then.
This week we shall look at touchscreens, technological marvels that combined input and output into a single display. 3 kinds of touchscreens are in widespread use. Resistive touchscreens read the movement of human fingers as they compress sandwiched layers of polyester and glass. Pricier, yet more durable, capacitive touchscreens measure distortions in electric currents caused by contact with human fingers. Expensive, yet durable, infrared sensors track the heat in your hands. As they lack the feel of old-school controllers, many hardcore gamers believe that touchscreen games aren't really games at all. Yet, success brooks no argument. Touchscreen gaming is here to stay. Data dump complete.
Well, that was interesting, D.A.R.R.E.N. You know, sometimes I think I learnt more from video games than I ever did in school. Maths, science, problem solving, reading.
History, geography.
How to work as a team.
I know how you feel, guys, but a lot's changed since we were at school, as Goose found out.
I know a lot of you spawnlings sometimes wish you were at home playing games instead of sitting at school. I know I certainly did. Well, one teacher has brought games into the classroom and kids are getting an awesome dose of learning and gaming at the same time.
So at the moment, we've got 2 programs. So one of the programs is just to integrate commercial video games into the classrooms, like Formula 1 racing, Sonic racing and sport, mostly into our science lessons to make it more interesting for the students.
So what inspired you to use commercial games as a teaching tool?
I guess because I play a bit of games myself, and when I played them, I realised that a lot of games, you actually need to apply a lot of skills like in maths, in logic, in problem solving, even teamwork in the sort of multiplayer games. And when I watch the kids play the games, they're really motivated in playing games and they really like it. So I just sort of investigated different types of games that I could put into the classroom, and I tried it out, and yeah, and that was basically how it started.
All right, my turn. Thank you. So what sort of stuff are you playing today?
We're playing Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. We're just trying to find out if talking or the actual holding the phone like this distracts you from when you're driving.
So far we've learned that driving without a phone is much safer than driving with a phone.
So guys, what do you like about using games in the classroom?
Well, the games are fun and it helps you learn better because people might behave better. Everyone gets to participate and it's really fair.
We'll be right back with more terrific Tarmac action.
So have you seen many improvements in how they learn?
We found out because they are having fun, they understand it a lot better. And when we introduce like concepts that are not familiar to them, when we actually put a game into it, they connect with the games and they'll be less fearful of the topic and more likely to actually want to learn it. So there's kids who are normally really shy and they actually won't be very shy when they actually play the game because games do encourage you to have a go and it's okay to fail in a game. They create that sort of atmosphere. We'll have Daniel and then we'll get Goose.
Yes! All right, let's go, Daniel. Am I a girl? Yeah. Okay. You gotta give me like a countdown to jump, because just... Okay, there we go. Nice! Up top. Get a round of applause, guys. Daniel, everyone.
So I think you did display some really good teamwork skills. So when Daniel gave instructions, you followed them. But I think you got a little bit distracted sometimes with waving your hands and Daniel was trying to get you back on track.
Why haven't you got your arms in the air?
Because I don't want to.
Because it looks awesome. I was having a lot of fun with it. It was a bit distracting, but I did feel like I learned how to communicate with Daniel when I stopped getting distracted. So I think there's a lot to learn from this. What do other teachers think about using games to learn?
So when they see that the kids are having so much fun when they're learning, they ask, how can I do that in my classroom? So we've got like history teachers exploring Age of Empires.
People don't usually think video games can be educational, but yeah, we found a way to make it educational. Because it's like more interesting than getting a paper or a pen and just writing down stuff or copying down stuff or just getting a book.
She's a really good teacher and like she's really nice to us and she makes everything seem fun. Even though it's really boring, she makes it seem fun.
It's always really good to see when students are having fun when they're learning and they're enjoying the learning. So whether it be playing games or any other sort of activity, it's always really good that way. And I guess I get to try out games myself at home as well, so that's like another benefit to it.
Thanks, Goose and Alice. Well, we should go answer some questions at the Ask Good Game desk.
That's a good idea, Hex.
I've really got to sort out that issue with my waste nozzles. I think I've got a driver conflict there or something.
Alrighty, Badge, let's crack into these questions. We'll start with this one from Patrick is no noob in Harcourt, Victoria. Hi guys, I watch your show all the time and I was just wondering if you could answer this question I had. I was thinking of buying Kid Icarus for the 3DS, but I won't have enough for the Circle Pad Pro thing. Will this change my gaming experience or will it make no difference at all? P.S. You guys are awesome and D.A.R.R.E.N is a massive loller. He makes me lol. P.P.S. D.A.R.R.E.N is a bad singer. Make it stop! Ha!
Well, Patrick, we're happy to say that Kid Icarus doesn't actually support the Circle Pad Pro at all, so not having it won't make one bit of difference. Next question, Hex.
Well, we're not strictly happy to say that, Barjo. I mean, we would have loved it if the game did support the Circle Pad, because as it is, you have to play it using a special stand, which is a bit of a pain.
Yes, that is a pain, but at least Patrick doesn't have to buy it.
That's also true.
That's toasted sandwich money right there.
We're moving on to this one now from E in Brisbane, Queensland.
Hi, this is my first time writing into you guys. Okay, here's my question. How do you defeat the Pogo Zombie on Plants vs. Zombies? Do you just have to block him away from all your plants? Or do you just have to get a certain type of plant?
Well, it's easy enough to stop those pesky pogo zombies. If you're doing a level with them, just make sure you bring along a magnet plant. These will cause any metal objects like pogo sticks, football helmets and metal buckets to fly off zombies and stick to the plant.
You can also stop pogo zombies by using tall nuts, since they can't pogo over those, but they can pogo straight over ordinary walnuts.
Or Or you can just make sure you have a strong enough line of offensive plants to take them down before they can get to your tasty brains. But moving on to this one now from Jaden in Melbourne, Victoria.
That's so Melbourne.
Hi GGSP, I got 2 questions for OK. 1, how do you do a drift on Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, because I have been trying to do that but I fail. 2, I saw on one of your episode that there is a Minecraft server called Cheaty McCheat. Is this true? Bye. Ha.
Well, it can take a bit of practice to nail those drifts, Jaden, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. The trick is to tap the brake just before you reach a corner, then slam down on the accelerator as you start the turn, and you'll be able to maneuver the drift from there.
And then it's just a matter of controlling the car so it doesn't get too side on and then spin out or straighten up and stop drifting.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit has one of the best drifting in any racing game, so it's a great one to practice on. And no, we don't have a Minecraft server called Cheaty McCheat. That was just the name we gave to one of our Minecraft worlds when we did use an inventory editor and mods and cheated a lot, but only so we could show you the end of the game. We didn't cheat to build our world.
Well, moving on to this one now from Callum in Gladstone, Queensland.
A lot of happy stones in Gladstone. That's not why they call it Gladstone. Do you know why they call it Gladstone?
Why?
Because they're glad.
Hey guys, I've got a 3DS and I'm allowed on Interno browser, and I've noticed that you can't play any games on there, and my 3DS is my only access to internet. In fact, I'm talking through it right now. Anyways, is there any good games that I can play through web browser? Please answer. P.S. Hex and Bajo are awesome, and Darren, got to go. Well, Callum, it's a bit sad, but you can't play most browser games on the 3DS, and that's just because it doesn't support Java or Flash, which the programs most browser games are built on.
There are a few websites around with games specifically made to work with it. One of the better ones would be DSarcade. It has a whole bunch of fairly simple games that work on your 3DS browser.
But probably the best game that we've found that works is the DHTML Lemmings. It's pretty much the original Lemmings game, and it works fine on the 3DS browser, although it does have a bit of a frame rate struggle.
I don't like those Hex. I want a solid frame rate at all times. At all times. At all times.
I know.
There is someone actually making an MMO specifically for the 3DS browser. It's called Project Triniate. It's not finished yet, but you can play the beta if you donate $1 to the guy who's building it.
Well, moving on now to this one from Liam in Melbourne, Victoria.
Dear GGSP, is there a good split-screen multiplayer dog fighting playing game on PS3? I saw your previous episode where you got asked a question about them. You said 3, but neither of them had split-screen multiplayer. P.S. I really want one, please answer. P.P.S. Darren is full of awe. Love your show.
Well, Liam, there aren't a ton of flight games with split screen that we know of, but both Blazing Angels and Blazing Angels 2 have split screen, and they're pretty decent flying games.
Yeah, and they both support split screen and co-op and multiplayer with up to 2 players. There's also Apache Air Assault, which doesn't really have split screen, but it does have 2-player co-op where one player flies the chopper while the other mans the guns.
And other than that, there's not many more that we know of, sadly. But moving on.
I'm getting a letter through my fax top. Fax on a laptop, which also does letters. Hang on, here it comes.
Huh.
Pretty fancy, isn't it?
Cool. What does it say?
It's for Goose. Hang on, let me give him a call.
Goose?
What's Goose's number? 6.
Not Goose's job. We answer the questions around here.
Hello, Goose.
Hi, Goose.
Yeah, it's Bajo. I've got a letter here for you.
Hex as well.
Yeah, Hex too. I've got a letter for you. How do you...
Oh, sorry. I just thought, letter for me.
You scared me. If you're gonna read the letter, hop on the desk properly. Don't just...
Really fast.
Yeah.
Were you just waiting outside?
No. Oh, it's kind of cool.
Make yourself at home.
I will. Haj. Hi, Goose. How do you fidemos Minecraft? I lick you, Goose. Tet pack to uprid. Tet pacto Batman. Har? Indiana Jones.
Why don't you go ahead and answer that, Goose?
No. Well, it's a bit tricky to read.
Z?
I have no
You
idea.
can swap those words around.
Guys, maybe we could run it through Darren's decoder?
No. We're not getting Darren.
He's the only one who can read it.
My name. Do you noobs need my help again?
Yes, Darren.
Stop doing that, Darren.
Read it. You're going to have the decoder.
Whoa!
I'm a special. If I can just get in here.
Darren, everyone just sit down and let's do this.
Well, Darren, what do you make of the letter?
Yes. I believe it is asking, how do you find diamonds in Minecraft?
Well, Harry, there's no easy way to find diamonds. It can take many hours of searching before you find them. They tend to be buried quite deep in the earth, near to the bedrock though, so all I can suggest is keep on digging and you'll find some eventually.
But be sure that when you do find them, you use an iron pickaxe to mine them, because if you use a wooden or stone one, then you'll just destroy the block and you won't get any diamonds out of it, Goose.
Okay, but what about the rest of it, Darren? What does Tetpak to from mean?
Well, it has something to do with this drawing. It kind of looks like Mario and a flagpole.
I think it's more like a spider and a portal.
Well, guys, clearly it's a drawing of Jetpack Joyride. Looks like this Barry Steak Fries little jetpack there.
Yeah.
Alright, I thought it was spider and portal.
Alright, well, now that we've solved that, I think that everyone that isn't Bajo or Hex should just go back to whatever it is they do and let us get back to answering the questions.
Okay, bye.
Okay?
Well,
Darren, that's us.
Let's go.
If you're absolutely sure you don't need any more
Right.
of our... If you're completely sure... okay, we can be on standby then.
Come on.
We'll be on standby.
See you later, Hex.
Oh, that was terribly crowded. Now, Bajo? Bajo?
Hello, Bajo speaking.
Yes, remember before when I said everyone that isn't Bajo or Hex should leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's your name?
My name is Bajo. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, coming. Hi, Hex.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for the letter and drawings, Harry, but moving on to this one now from Jacko. In Awesome Land, no Bajos allows, which is in Queensland. Is there any good karting games for the PS3? P.S. Hex is awesome, Bajo is a noob, and Darren should laser himself.
You know, I actually grew up in Awesome Land. Part of my childhood was there.
But there's no Bajos allowed in Awesome Land, so how could you have...
I think you'll find
grown
there's
up
no
there?
Bajos allowed, but there is one Bajo allowed, so they can only let me in, and so it's just me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just making stuff up, aren't you?
No. Yes. Yes.
Doesn't it feel good to tell the truth?
No. Anyway, Jakku, there are some good kart races on the PS3. Mod Nation Races is great, and you can build and create and share your own tracks and karts, so it's awesome if you like to get a bit creative.
And Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing is also a great kart racer too, full of classic gaming characters to choose from. And there's even a sequel to that coming out later this year.
And of course, Little Big Planet Karting is also due out later this year, and it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. You get to grapple hook and can even slap other kart racers, and just like Mod Nation Races, you'll be able to build your own tracks and karts and share them with the world.
And yes, we will definitely be reviewing that when it comes out. But on that note, we're out of time for this week. So if you wanted to ask us something, then you can do it by just getting on here and sending us an email.
I think we need to start locking the door.
I think so too. I think all phone lines cut, doors locked, like a bomb shelter, kind of really, you know, focusing on the work that is Bajo and Hex answering the questions, no distractions.
Yep.
Okay, guys, ready to go for gold?
Affirmative.
Hex, Darren, I was born ready. Hex, what's that? What's that over there? Over there.
Race finished.
I can't believe you pushed me over.
Hey, it's not my fault if the game doesn't penalise a bit of friendly rivalry.
Well, cheating aside, I was actually quite surprised with London 2012. I mean, Olympic Games are one of the hardest genres to build fun gameplay from, and they really got the balance between fun and authenticity right, and there's a huge amount of events to choose from.
One thing these games always have is a lot of button mashing, and this is no different. I want to run fast, push the button. I need to lift weights, push the button. Throw a shot put, push the button. After 3 decades of sports games, I'd hoped they'd moved on from this.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, and that's part of the reason why I really enjoyed the motion functionality. Look at that. Trailblazing. Eat my dust. It just feels more authentic, and it's way more fun.
Race complete.
Absolutely. I thought they did a good job with the javelin, that felt right. And the archery was pretty good too.
9 points.
I prefer the motion gaming to the button mashing, but still some of the Kinect stuff didn't work too well.
Great rally! At least the Kinect recognised you some of the time. This game continues the robot discrimination in motion control. I'm off! I made that.
We should also point out that the PlayStation 3 version of this game comes with Move support, but unfortunately we only had 360 for this review. And I do agree with you that some of the events are a mixed bag, but you have to expect that when there's over 40 events on offer.
That's true.
It's also quite fun when you're passing the controller between each other and competing with your friends. Games like Rapid Fire Pistol are quite tricky to get that, you know, rhythm of shots going, and it makes for some serious rivalry. Yeah!
Excellent.
Yeah, when it comes to the real Olympics, the shooting is never really as popular as the swimming or athletics, but when it comes to video games, it's the star. And I don't think it's been done better than it has been done here before.
Oh.
The way the clay targets shatter differently depending on where you hit them is just excellent.
Oh, affirmative. Archery was a lot of fun too. You have to line the shot up and even account for wind. But if you're good, like me, you can even do this.
Robin Hood.
I loved the archery, and the power events are really good too. They get extra points for hilarious angry grunting.
Yeah, that was funny. I have a bit of a gripe with the difference between success and failure, though, you know? Quite often it comes down to timing a button of vest, or when it comes to javelin, getting that perfect angle. So quite often I'd have fail, 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 then suddenly, bam, world record, success. There was never really anything in between.
Absolutely terrific.
So for me, it felt more like I was rolling a dice rather than it being based on skill and precision. But we should wrap this up, Hex.
Well, I was really impressed with its authenticity. Everything from the locations to the motion capture really just, you know, it makes it feel like that TV broadcast kind of thing. But I did get a few laughs, and I think the motion control brings something new to the Olympic Games, so I'm giving it 7 out of 10 rubber chickens.
I was very impressed with the look of the game, the production values and the crowds, and it all just looked probably the best out of all of the Olympic Games I've played. But it comes down to that basic gameplay, which is repetitive, and most of the events are very button mashy, and I never enjoy that, so I can't give it more than 4 out of 10 rubber chickens.
So, Bajo, will you be trying out for Australia's 2016 grilled cheese sandwich eating team?
That's a real team, D.A.R.R.E.N? Yes, sign me up!
Affirmative. I'll be your coach. I'll get you on a strict regimen of 20 sandwiches a day.
20 toasted cheese sandwiches a day? I can come down to that, D.A.R.R.E.N.
And Hex, will you be trying out for the Olympic high five team?
D.A.R.R.E.N, I'm already the captain. London won't know what hit it. And if you're wondering where our Lego Batman review is, I still haven't played the game yet because Bajo hasn't given it to me, so come on, hand it over.
I'm sorry, Hex. I need to play it through at least another 4 or 5 times just to truly understand the emergent gameplay that this particular genre is forging and the relationship that Batman and Lego have.
Hopefully that'll be in the show next week.
Standing ovation? Did not expect that, but I'll take it. And also everything else.
Until next time, may all your games be good ones. Hex out.
It's got some verticality in there that needs a little bit
D.A.R.R.E.N out.
Understanding, and I just feel like I need to mull on it. I need to mull for a bit longer on the connection that Batman and Lego
I'm just gonna come to your house and I'm gonna play it.
I'll lock the door,